Hello and welcome back to the Gift of the Gab. I'm Tia.
And I'm Ben.
And you're listening to episode 39. Yeah, let's get into it.
Yes, I was about to say the Gift of the Gab again.
I already said that.
But yes, it's been an eventful week, Tia.
It has been an eventful week.
It's been an eventful week.
Yes, it started on Sunday.
It did? Yes, it did.
When the Meghan and Harry dropped their interview with Oprah.
Yes. Dropped like hot potatoes in these streets. And the internet streets was lit up on Sunday night because America got it first. And then we got it on Monday.
Yeah, we had to listen to snippets of it, and then Monday night we got it.
Unless you stayed up and watched it, but I had work in the morning.
Yeah, no one's got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, so tell us your thoughts.
Where do you want me to start? You can't.
I don't know. Start from the beginning.
Well, you know.
Give it to them.
Surprise, surprise.
Really? Are you surprised?
No, that was my sarcastic voice.
Oh, okay.
Surprise, surprise. Racism in the royal family.
Oh my god.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that, Look, if you look at the history of this country, the history of the royal family, and you look at colonial Britain, and like, I think at one point, I don't even, there's too much to even go into there. But if you just look at the history, I'm not surprised by the allegations made against the royal family in this interview.
Yeah.
These don't come as a shock to me. I'm sorry if that's not been your reality, or if you thought it was all peaches and roses and everything in there, but this doesn't come as a surprise to me that funny business be going up in the royal family.
It's like, for me it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise.
Yeah, for me it's like, when I heard the claims didn't blow me. I was just like, well.
Oh, okay, yeah,
well,
yeah.
But I see that happening. Yeah. No, definitely.
It's not like something that was, it wasn't before a thought in my head.
Yeah.
Before she went there, but it wasn't surprised that she was treated that way.
For me, I guess the only reason it wasn't a thought in the forefront of my head is because I wasn't really thinking of them in the forefront of my head.
Yeah.
But if you had asked me like before this, like, oh, do you think there's racism in the royal family? I would have said yes.
Probably.
I would have said I probably think that probably goes on.
But just how some people look at racism in the royal family is how they look at racism in England.
Yeah.
Like, they just think it doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
But I just feel like, in comparison to America, racism here is like sometimes so undercover that you, as the black person, are thinking, was that racist?
Yeah.
Like, am I tripping over this? But like, it seems like in America is like, when somebody's being racist, 9 times out of 10, it's like in your face, and it's like, there. And so it's like sometimes it's in England, sometimes it's just really hard, and it's like undercover.
Yeah, I think that is definitely true, especially with England, because
go on.
Because English people, not English people in general, but a lot of the racism in England, like, it depended on different areas, because it's not as overt, is that the word?
Yes.
As it's not hard N words here and there, and you do get them in certain areas, and you do get them from certain people.
Yeah.
But because sometimes the racism can be so sly, or can be having you questioning, was that racist?
Yeah.
That they think like, oh yeah, that like, oh no, I didn't see anyone get called this. So,
yeah. That's fine.
That's fine. Or the reason they're treating this person
because some people really be thinking, like, if someone uses racism is only if someone uses the N word, or they say something of that kind of context, that they're being racist, when in actual fact it's like sometimes it can be so subtle that they know what they're saying, what they're saying, but to someone else that even listens to what they're saying, it's like, for them there's plausible deniability, like, oh, they didn't mean it like that, they could have meant it this way. Like, an example of that for me was when they asked about, if somebody in the royal family asked about if they were worried about what color the baby's skin tone would be.
Yeah.
And that, like, even the way Piers Morgan was trying to defend that comment, like, oh, we don't know the context of that argument and what.
Yeah, let me jump in there. No, to me, I ain't even mixed race, but even as a black person, I can't see asking a mixed race person or any other person, what color's the baby's skin gonna be? Because you wouldn't be asking a white person that. If me and you, two black people, were having a baby, people wouldn't be asking us what color the skin color is gonna be.
My point is, first of all, how am I gonna know? How am I gonna know? The baby's inside of me. The scan don't show me what color the baby is. I barely know what features the baby's gonna look like. How am I gonna know what color the baby's skin is?
Yeah, the probably brown. Right. It would be my assumption if a white person and a black person having a baby. Would I say, like, if you had just showed me Meghan from before, I wouldn't necessarily known that she was like mixed race.
Like her mum is black, her dad is white.
Yeah. So out of all the people to be up in the White House, for them to be asking like
in the White House. Wow.
I'm confused. I'm having a tiring day up in Buckingham Palace. For them to even have asked that question, like, and looking at her complexion and his complexion, and you'd be like, that even tells me that there is like some shadiness behind the question, because her skin color is quite fair.
She does have like some black features, like. Yeah. However, if you look at her,
you might not necessarily
notice. She might just look like a white person who has a tan.
Yeah, you might not necessarily pick it up straight away. And for them to ask that question, like, what color is the skin color gonna be? When you're just looking at the couple, and it's like, hey, what's the reasoning for that question? Like, why do you care? What context appears?
It really doesn't matter.
What context is that appropriate?
It really doesn't.
Like, what skin color is your baby gonna be? I just know I'm struggling to see, like, why is that a concern to someone?
It's not.
Because for me, the only way that question is asked is like sort of covertly, like, you know, subliminally racistly. Like, oh, what color is your skin color? Why you need to know? Like, what has it got to do with you?
And the thing is, right, there are so many mixed race couples or a mixed race person that's dating a white person and that has had a baby together. So there's so many white people who have had a baby with black people. So at this point, we're not in 1962. Like, you what kind of color they're going to turn out anyways. Quick Google search will, satisfy your needs for that answer. Yeah. Like, why do you care?
But can you imagine if it was she was as blickety black as me? They would have had a real problem.
Oh God, you wouldn't have been allowed in.
Because if they're having a problem with Meghan, no, she as you said, she got a thing, but she's quite fair. Her complexion is quite But yeah, you've seen Meghan. Yeah, it just wasn't that surprising to hear that from England, and the fallout. Piers threw a tantrum on his. How is he gonna walk off his own show?
I don't know. That was so funny.
Who's gonna do the show for you?
I'm glad I managed to catch that live.
And within the next 24 hours, he left the show after a talk with ITV.
What do you think?
They had a talk. They told him probably apologize, and he was stubborn and said, "No, I'm right." And then he tried to backtrack and later say, "Oh well, they're attacking me because I said I don't believe Meghan." As you said, these are allegations, and nobody was there with you.
Yeah.
But what you can't what you can't say definitively isn't true is her claim of mental health, because she is the only party to that. She's the only one in her head. As you said, you can go ahead and say on national TV like you don't believe her and you don't believe her claims, and even say you don't believe her mental health claims. But those claims, there are repercussions to that, because what other side is that there to that story apart from what she has just told you that she's experiencing? And as you said, everyone has the free speech to go and say it, and there's repercussions to those actions, and Piers felt them repercussions. I'm sure he'll be back on our screens to announce.
We're not worried about Piers at all, but I do want to discuss that a little bit more, because what he said, so Susanna looked like she was getting fed up with him. She was rolling her eyes. She looked like me. She just has a hard time keeping a straight face.
Yeah.
or Susanna mentioned the mental health, and she was basically telling Pierce like it's not right for you just to dismiss that. And straight after she said that, and she said some wonderful stuff there, she like her points were valid. He said, I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth. And that statement being said just then, and it being like a blanket statement about the whole interview, and she did have claims about her mental health there, says you don't believe what she said about possibly wanting to commit suicide. And so you can't blame people for.
And even if you don't believe like her claims on suicide, keep that to yourself,
right?
Like, keep that to yourself, because as you said, you can say, okay, I'm waiting for the royal story to hear what of the other side of the royal allegations. But what side of the story are you waiting for her mental health? Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that, and stuff that he be doing when people call him out on his nonsense, and how he immediately took up for the Queen as if he's on bankroll for Buckingham.
Right?
Like,
you would have thought it was his grandmother.
Yeah, you would have thought we spat on his grandmother or something like that. The way he was backing up the Queen, it was ridiculous. He was immediately taking the royal side without any. Well, they didn't have to say anything because their lapdog Piers was on the job for them.
Damn, gosh.
And
Pitbull Piers.
Exactly. And well, it split the internet, and
I think he was totally wrong, and I'm not gonna lie. Piers was during the height, what do I mean? During the thick of the lockdown, and when he had the politicians on,
he was pressing them.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, Piers is talking the thing. He's talking the thing. He's asking some questions.
Piers can have a brain when he wants to,
but this was just
sometimes
foolishness.
He can misuse it when he also chooses to.
This was just foolishness,
like as he's shown you.
This was, but we come to find out that he went on a date, we're gonna call it.
Yeah,
with her, or had some drinks with her, and he sent her on a taxi, and she went to a party in which she met Harry, and he never spoke to her again.
Yeah,
since.
That's what what's his name? The guy from Good
No,
Morning Britain said.
Pierce actually said
that
it,
as well.
in an interview a few years ago.
Well, I think that needs to be more on the forefront, or when they're reporting about Piers, because this seems like a jealous
sense now.
A jealous ex, or a jealous could be, that is like constantly obsessed with trying to tear this person down.
And he said he really liked her as well.
Well, I'm sure he did.
It makes sense now, because to me it wasn't making sense why he was going so hard. Like, as soon as her name would pop up, Piers would pop up as well.
I'm sorry, Piers, but you should have known that was out of your league.
Oh gosh.
You should have known.
Oh gosh. Oh golly gosh.
You should have known. It was too good to be true. Sometimes when you're buying stuff online,
it's too good to be
you're buying stuff online, and the price is too cheap for the quality that it is, and you're just like, you should have known that. Woo, you're gonna get curbed.
Well, Pierce says he's willing to die on his high heel, or whatever he sent out the tweet. I did not bother to read it.
Is he?
He said, he made some allegations against Meghan Markle, and he still believes those to be true. He's not going to apologize.
He had Sharon Osbourne come into his defense on bankroll as well, and I see, because they're friends. They were on Britain's Got Talent together, and now they're inexplicably tied.
Piers was on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, he used to be on. Simon used to hate him on there as well.
I can see why they both. He
used to be on Britain's Got Talent. I don't know what talent he had that he was reviewing.
Was he a judge?
Yeah, he was a judge on there. But like, on Britain's Got Talent, and on a side note, they be getting the celebrities with that I don't see like having the talent that they're judging. At first, I used to think like, Britain's Got Talent thing. You have a singer, you have a dancer, you have like some sort of entertainer, comedian. You cover the bases.
Yeah.
But they be just getting random celebrities sometimes, and I'm like, what? This is a news presenter.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But yeah.
Because what does Simon do?
Simon is like he's got an ear for recording or something.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he does.
He has the money.
If you ask me what does Simon do,
but it's Simon's show.
Yeah, but what did he do before that?
He has the money.
But how did he get that money?
Maybe he was
Because I ain't never heard of a Simon boy band or nothing.
No, but no.
And have you heard Simon sing?
No, I don't think he sings. I think he just has the ear, as you said, and he has the money. Sometimes that's all you need. You need the ear and the money.
You know when you lie on your CV and get the job.
Oh gosh.
And he's just been pulling it off for this long. Nah, I'm
sometimes
sure he's
when you
got
have
some
the money,
sort
you
of
can
talent.
pull it off.
But yeah.
Back on track. Yeah, Sharon Osbourne.
I was just throwing her on the grill because she's a part of the problem when people are pointing out why things could be racist, and they be like, no, they didn't say the N-word, or they didn't say this blatant racist
She's
thing.
like,
Tell
educate
me.
Educate me.
Like, they're looking for a specific racist word, and that's the thing. Racism can take many forms, and it can be sly, it can be covert, and if you're not paying attention, you won't see it. And if it's not directed at you, you might miss it.
But the thing is, what some white people, not all, some white people are not willing to do is listen.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't happen to them, and they don't, when it's not, bam in your face, they don't understand how it could be rude or racist. They don't understand it, and they're not willing to listen, which is watching the talk. What is it? The talk,
yeah.
Where Sharon was on, she wasn't willing to listen, and she already came in there with a perceived idea of what she was going to say and what she believed in, and she wasn't willing to hear the other side of it. And that's where sometimes some people go wrong. They're not willing to hear the other side of the argument. And so no matter what the other person says, they're still going to leave the argument thinking they're correct.
We'll wrap it off on them because we focused on, or we're giving them enough energies. Or maybe we can tie it off with William.
Go on.
They interviewed William.
No, they didn't interview him. He was walking past.
He was walking past, but
the shouting questions.
They got the token black woman in her full African garbs to stand next to him and say, whilst he said, our family's not racist.
They were like, guys, we need the one black person on our team.
The most African person that we can get in.
Make sure she's wearing something to represent them.
They got poor auntie out here looking like she was about to go to church, standing next to him so that he could say that other family's not racist.
Oh god,
it looked like such a photo op moment.
I bet there was no relevance for her there at all, like none.
Oh, but
they just needed to make sure that she was, and they positioned her so that she would definitely be in the picture.
Yeah, in the forefront. That was quite funny. That was quite funny.
Not obvious at all. I mean, that's probably the first time I've seen them with a black person.
Another person made me outraged. It was three women in the back of an Uber.
Yes.
And they were taking the Uber, and I guess
I think there was something. I'm not sure why the argument started. But they all of them had their mask on.
Well, the mask soon came off.
Yes.
And they then began the coughing attack.
Yeah.
And I've got COVID and I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah.
And all of this nonsense.
She was arguing with him, and then she was like, you know what? And she pulled her mask down and started coughing. And then the other one, looked over there to the side, sheep, and copied her. And
if I was in the motor, I'd have left them right there. I would have pulled over onto the what's the hard shoulder, and I say, I'm not moving until you get out.
I think that was part of the problem. I believed it was this one where they were like on a motorway and he was telling them to get out.
Yeah, man.
And then they were arguing.
You best get out, because hey, people be in cars and like airplanes and stuff, and like when you're in a vehicle being controlled by someone you don't know.
Oh my god,
you don't know what type of day they're having. Jesus. You don't know what is going on. All type of
crazy.
You don't know what's going on in their life. That one thing could just send them over the edge.
That's like the story about the neighbor who shot him and the
one
neighbor.
that I was talking about. It literally went out to argue about shoveling snow. The guy came out with the blicky and killed 2 people just like that over shoveling.
And himself, innit?
Yeah, and then he killed himself
over some snow.
And then even with that airport, with the Air Lufthansa pilot, the pilot went to the toilet. Then the co-pilot just decided to lock himself in the cabin and crashed the plane, killed everybody. Yeah, he locked the pilot out of the main cabin. he took control of the airplane. I believe this was a story. And then like a few years ago, and killed everybody in the plane. Don't know what was going on with him.
My God.
But you never know what type of day people are having. So, treat your service providers nicely.
Especially the ones handling your food.
Yeah, because I heard Uber banned them, Lyft, and then they got arrested. So
good.
That's what they did.
Just the two of them. The girl in the middle didn't. But the girl in the middle looked so uncomfortable. She didn't know what to do with herself. But sometimes, birds of a flock together.
You need new friends.
You need new friends because these friends will get you in trouble.
Yeah, if this is who you're rolling around with, you seem to end up where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not if you're part of the problem, then you get what you get.
Well, it seems like it was cold in
Calabasas.
Calabasas.
It sounds like you're about to say Carol Baskin.
I did want to sing it.
Yeah, isn't it Calabasas? Is it?
I don't know. Where is that?
Yeah, Calabasas.
What state is that? Or is that the name of the state?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not from the US.
Well, Kim took to Instagram to show everyone that it was snowing. So I
feel like it's in California though.
Maybe, I don't know. So I watched
it's in California, city in California.
I watched the snaps that she put up, and she was like, "Oh my God, guys, it's snowing in Calabasas," and she was putting her hands out. She's like, "It's literally snowing." She's like, "Guys, look at my tennis court. It's covered in snow."
What was it?
And I was thinking, that looks a lot like hell to me. Hailstone.
Oh.
And she's like, "Guys, it's snowing." About maybe half an hour later, I click on her thing again. "Okay, guys, I get it. It's hell. It's not snow." Well, I'm not a weather woman.
Well, if you never had that type of weather, then sometimes you go. But I don't know when the first time I saw hell was, but I didn't think it was snow.
But maybe you knew.
Yeah, maybe I knew by then. I'm trying to think, but yeah, because it's ice coming from the sky.
Yeah.
Snow is also ice. So
and maybe you've never experienced hell before. Hell?
Yeah, that's
hell.
Why I thought that's what you said before. That's why I was like, ash? Because you were like, hell?
Hell.
That Jamaican coming through.
Oh gosh. Hell, I'm just going to say the full word, hailstone. Maybe you didn't even know hailstone was a thing.
Maybe.
And so you would call it snow.
Snow. Yeah. Possibly.
But hailstone hurts.
It does.
Have you ever been out there with
when those big ones slug you on the head?
Oh, jeez! If you don't have an umbrella and it's just going,
feels like you're in like a paintball match.
Why do you get hailstone?
I don't know. I ain't a weather woman or weatherman. Yeah, I ain't a meteorologist. I think that's the proper word.
Yes, it is.
But I don't know why you get this weather. But I do know how to help people.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me give you some dilemmas. Or a dilemma that we'll jump into. So, dilemma number 1. So my boyfriend, a pastor and couples therapist, has been working overtime and can't see me. I hid my iPad in his car and used the Find My iPad app to see where he's been going lately. He's been going home to his wife and kids.
Jesus.
He said he left them for me. Advice? Well, he didn't.
There's so many things that's going wrong here. First of all, he's a pastor.
And then?
And a couples therapist.
Yep.
So.
And he's also a boyfriend and a husband.
Jeez.
Make sense, Jesus. He's a multi-hyphenate. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Childish Gambino. He could do many things.
Oh God, he's entangled. First of all, you knew that he was married with kids. So what the hell was you doing in this entanglement in the first place?
Well, he said that he was going to leave them for her.
No, but you need to see the receipts first. The divorce needs to be final before you're,
You came creeping through.
Because now you've basically allowed yourself to be in this situation.
You have.
You've willingly allowed yourself.
Mm-hmm. But he's trash too. He made the commitments.
Yeah, because he's the one with the kids and the wife
the commitments
and the girlfriend.
I'm assuming you're single. He made the commitments. You
God,
trash too.
I wouldn't want to go to his
You'd
church.
be trash too, but he's trash as well. I saw another. Basically, there was this fat he was a white dude, but he's a fat pastor as well. Pastor. He was a fat preacher.
Yes.
And he was basically basically giving a sermon saying basically a woman can't look ugly.
Yes.
And then when I saw the video of him, I said, please don't let that be you talking. Please.
They they can't be ugly. They should be wearing nice clothes. Make sure they do their hair and makeup.
And his belly has extended past his belt.
Wow.
What does he have to? And his example of what they should look like. It was like Melania Trump.
Of course.
But yeah,
some people need to stay in their lane.
Yeah, he does.
And I bet you his wife isn't all that. She's probably just as fat as he.
Nah, I bet you his wife cheating on him.
Do you think?
Yeah.
He's probably cheating on his wife.
No, he's out there thinking, oh, look at my wife. She stays fit for me, for my fat ass. And meanwhile, she's like, yeah. Forget all that. Enrique in Spain. But yeah, back to that vice person.
Well, I don't know. You need to unravel yourself in this entanglement.
Yeah, you need to unravel yourself. The pastor's going to get what is coming to him.
By the God.
You gonna get it. You gonna get his. But I ain't got much further advice for you. You did this to yourself. Advice?
But you would think the pastor, would be sensible. And so you could listen to what the pastor was saying.
You would think. I'm sure he's been using his position to manipulate people.
He's probably got another girlfriend.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that past him. But yeah.
You should have knocked at the door.
You should have.
Be like,
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I just want to let you know.
It's your life now and your consequences. That's it. You've been listening to us.
The Gift of the Gab, episode
39. We've been BT Small Talk.
Yes.
And I'm Ben.
And I'm Tia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a friend. See, I remembered. And follow us on all social media. Ciao.